Hi, my name is Emily, and I'm doing this video for rising above and to stop to deal with the false labeling that goes on. So this is one of the labels that I've had to deal with and work through and let go of. I grew up as a child, as a adolescent, and as a young adult thinking that I was stupid. I didn't know I was dyslexic. What I did know is that I couldn't put symbols, the crazy symbols that we have for an alphabet, to the sounds. And so I started to memorize the shapes of words. And then I started to teach myself to read by thinking that what I heard, what I spoke, and what I read were three different languages. And I worked through that. Also, so it made reading very, very slow for me, and I wouldn't recognize if a word was like Napoleon, I might think Napoli. I couldn't put the two together. But what I realized also is I became a really good psychologist and detective, because when I had to do literature in school, I understood human beings so well that I could just talk to my friends and they would tell me the stories, and I could pass quotes. I could pass tests, literature tests, by understanding the personalities of the characters and their dynamic. And I also understood the algorithms of narratives, so I could I figured things out. But it did make me look pretty stupid. And one of the things that sticks out the most is one time I was taking a math test, and I got back, the teacher put back that I couldn't have, that he couldn't believe that I solved the problem, not only solved the problem, but wrote a perfect proof, because nobody else in the class had passed the test. And he put 5 question marks. Also, when I was in high school, I was in mandatory study hall, and if you had an average that was below like a C or C plus, which I always did, you had to be in study hall. So I called it the wall of shame. They would put everyone's names on it. So I grew up thinking I was never going to go to college, that I was only good at organizing people and ideas and events, and that I couldn't do what I love, which was thinking and abstract thinking and seeing patterns in everything I looked at. And so what happened is that I had a wonderful boyfriend, and he in high school, and he ended up going on to Harvard, and I wasn't sure why he dated me. I always said to him, like, why are you a 4.0 dating a 2.0? And he was a really great thinker, and we used to discuss things like the nature of consciousness, the meaning of life, why is there suffering, all the things I've been interested in since I was a little girl, and the types of patterns, and we were very interested in the nature of creativity. So I myself did end up in graduate school at Harvard, doing a Master's of Divinity in Theology and Feminist Theology, and then I ended up doing a PhD at Cal and GTU in Feminist Theology and Jewish Studies. So I actually have a doctorate, and when people found out that knew me when I was little, they were in total shock. But it's not surprising to me, because I got validated at Harvard in a graduate school when I was tested for 3 days and told that I am astoundingly gifted in mathematics and synthetic and analytical reasoning, or fluid reasoning, and I had a pretty strong vocabulary. So I am letting go of the label of stupid and imposter syndrome, and this is my talk.